I don't know why you always have to be judging me. Because I only believe in science.
Nobody can compete with God.
Good late afternoon, evening, morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. I'm back in the house. I'm feeling better in certain ways. My oxygen seems to be all right. Health report by Mike. Let's do it real quick. I was just out running. All right. Running to the school. Oh, wow. My oxygen's great right now. It's probably because I was running at the school. It says 96, so it's probably a 98. I think that thing's a little tweaky. But anywho, Jojo, my dear, sweet, darling boy, broke my phone. So I'm in the land of incommunicado right now, which makes it very difficult. I looked at the time and it's like 3:30. I'm like, where's Jojo? Because I didn't have my phone and the time and the stuff. And I realized that I was at T-Mobile trying to get my phone fixed, probably when Jojo's bus got here. And all the kids, what, were you in the other room sleeping or something?
What?
Were you in the other? Oh, were you here? I know Elijah's asleep. Micah must have been asleep. Yeah, I left you in charge, mister. You said you were in charge before I left, and you failed. I can blame all of this on Micah. All right. Hey, Lady Celtic Moon. What's up, Andrew? So, I look at the time, and I'm like, Jojo should have been here an hour ago. So I rush over to the school. Office is closed. I go to his classroom, and his teacher's there, and she's like, well, usually they bring the students that for whatever reason don't get dropped off back to the classroom. And so she's calling the bus, seeing if the bus is see if he's still on the bus, and they're like, oh yeah, he was dropped off, his mother picked him up. And I'm like, nobody here knows anything. Nobody here pays attention to anything. And dang, we are so bound to these electronic devices that, oh my goodness, it's so strange. It's like my boss over at BitBoy can't call me. Doug, actually, I can. It's funny. It's like I can take calls, like somebody calls me, but 9 out of 10 of my calls are like spam calls. So I hate answering. So I always it always says scam likely. So I flip it up. But I answered this one and it was Doug. And I was at the T-Mobile store. Oh, and then the T-Mobile store. That's a whole. So my birthday came and went, as you all know. And I forgot to renew my driver's license. Well, I paid for my renewal online. I got this lovely receipt. I'm not going to show it to you because it's got personal information on it for my renewal online. And I have my driver's license right here, which I'm not going to show it to you because it's got my personal information on it. And the T-Mobile guy's like, oh, well, yeah, this is you. Yep, that sure is you. Yep, that's a receipt that says that you paid for your renewal. Yeah, sorry, we can't help you. We can't help you fix your phone because your driver's license is expired. I'm like, that's me. The picture, that's me. There's no doubt this is my account. It's my phone. I'm not trying to fix someone else's phone. This is my phone I want to fix. Yeah, we can't. Sorry, can't. Let me ask the manager. Manager. Oh, nope. What? And they let people without licenses vote. You don't have to have an ID to vote, but I need a not just any ID. I need a valid driver's license to pay to get my own phone fixed. Madness. This is madness. Yeah. It's not the license that expired. Apparently, I have expired. I am no longer available to get a vital piece of technology that everybody apparently needs. Apparently, I need it very, very badly. Fixed. Don't you know who I am? I am Mike Esmella, a comic artist. I know Doug TenNapel. That last line got him kicked from the store. What's wrong? Life. It's just life. That's life. That's the way it seems. Some people get their kicks stomping on your dreams. I have had nothing but fruit and caffeine today, so I might be a little bit weird or wired or something. And not just any fruit, figs. I had figs in the house already. I ate all those, and then I went out to the tree and I gathered more, and then I ate all those. And now I'm full. I've had a cup of coffee and 2 cups of very powerful, potent black tea. So how are you? How are you all? I should probably eat something normal. I didn't even have banana, just figs. Oh no! I had a Taco Bell burrito too, but that was like for breakfast. That was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, go ahead and show personal information. I would never knock on your door at 3 a.m. asking to live with you. I would wait until 4 a.m. That's lovely. That's why we don't allow Canadians in America, because you guys are weird, yo. At least they've let you vote twice. I'm not a Democrat. Oh man, my dad went through months of fighting with the DMV to get his license renewed. Don't say that. Please don't say that. What I might just have to do, because here's the funniest part. So I don't have the insurance plan on my phone. I have the insurance plan on Eden's phone. I have the insurance plan on my wife's phone because I figured, you know what? They are just not as careful as I am with my phone. So it's entirely possible they might drop their phone in the wrong way, crack their screen. And my wife has. The back of her phone was cracked, but it still works. But I let Josiah play with my phone inside my house, not outside on the cement, not out in the street, inside my house. And somehow or another, he manages to just devastate. This is like a crush. Like a crush. I don't know what he dropped this on. And I don't have insurance. So I'm gonna that's the funniest part. I went to go look it up on my Sprint. I have one payment left. A $45 payment. And this phone belongs to me. Joy. You know how much it costs just to replace a screen? Over $300. You know how much it cost to buy another Note 10? $300. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to me. Had a great birthday dinner with my mom, though. Did you see that on my Facebook? Sushi. So much delicious sushi. I had 2 blue moons with my sushi, and I came home and I just passed out. And it was early. It was like 9 or something. I came home and I passed out, just laid in bed, so comfortable, so full, 2 blue moons in my belly, and I'm like, this is. And then like, I wake up and I hear like my wife stomping around, and the kids are up and they're talking about homework, and I'm like, oh, it's morning, and I open my eyes and the windows are dark. I'm like, it's not morning. It's 1 a.m. and my kids are still up talking about and doing their homework for today. So I was up for a few more hours after that and then went back. Anyways, you don't need to know every exploit of my past 24 hours. But suffice to say, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Kau ni kui kari hindi. Kau ni kui kari hindi. Hi, Mike. Glad to have you back on. Thank you. Kanikui. I hope I got that right. Konukui? Konikui? There's so many ways that could go. Konikui. Konikui kari hindi. Is that right? Konikui? I'm going to go with that one. All right. You sound like you're back 100% to health. Did you get regeneration? I still get very, very out of breath very, very quickly, like climbing stairs or whatever. But my oxygen levels have been hitting nice highs. Like I just tested at the beginning of this show and it was at 96. And I think this is off by 2 degrees or 2%. So I think I was at 98, which is great. I'm at 95 now, which is probably 97. I've been practicing. I've been trying to take big inhalations. Got to try to break up the scar tissue, whatever it is. Trying to get out. Hi, Mike. Great pronunciation. Right on. Konukui. Konukui. But I thought it was... It's official. Mike is cheap. Oh. Yeah. It's not like I don't have the money. And it's not about being cheap. Although I am intrinsically cheap. It's about... I've read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it's about investing. I mean, okay, this is just one lesson I learned from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich people, like people who know the importance of investing in assets and in their future and whatnot, they don't care about looking rich, right? I'm not going to rush out and buy the new Note 20 because it's the latest, greatest thing, and I need the most important, most fancy phone ever. Hi, Jill. You got JoJo, right? Yeah. But they care about, like, I'm trying to have as much of my assets or my money in assets that will generate income, i.e. like staking cryptos, buying certain cryptos, investing in stuff. And so I feel like I'm robbing my future self when I'm wasting money on present stuff. And when I get to the point where my assets are generating me enough money that I'm not worried about, like if my assets are generating enough to like buy me a new phone every time or whatever, then that's when it's like it doesn't matter, right? But that's the difference between like Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Because Poor Dad wants to look like Rich Dad. Poor Dad wants the brand new car every 2 years. Poor Dad wants to have, fix up his house with the equity in his own home. Poor Dad wants to do all of this stuff that makes him look rich. And then he's broke. So that's... But yes, I am intrinsically cheap. So... But it's the combination of those two things. I don't want to go spend $300 on a new phone when I could have $300 invested in something that I know in the next 4 months is going to be worth it's going to be worth $3,000. By the way, for those of you who aren't really interested in cryptocurrency, but you are interested in interest, because I was doing this with my mom last night. She's selling her house up in Portland. And then you are doing great, looking like Poor Dad. Thank you, Matt. There is gosh, I can't remember which one. I think it might be Celsius. There's a decentralized financing platform where you can get 8.8% interest on your... Oh, come on, really? Hi, Jojo. Why you gotta do this to me right now? Really? Yeah. I love these things. 8.8% interest. So I'm like, that's just to do the simple math. That's doubling your money in 5 years. So if you want to put your money into an asset and it's a stable coin, which means it's always worth $1, but this is the beauty of decentralized finance. You're the lender. You're not putting money in a bank and then the bank is making all kinds of money off your money and then giving you a teeny tiny little sliver of it. No, you're putting money into a system, a trustless system where someone else is borrowing that money and you get like most of the interest that they're borrowing on. So you're the lender. You're the, what's the actual word? Not supplier. You're providing the liquidity to the lending pool and you're getting the rewards. And again, if you're not interested in like risky crypto investments or whatnot, this is decentralized finance. This is legitimate, stable lending percentages. You haven't seen the highest I've ever seen from a bank is like a CD at 6% in the 90s. Remember that crap? Yeah, that's good interest. That's good. Did you say the platform is Celsius? I think it's Celsius. I'll have to look it up. I don't want to do it right now because I'm eating this delicious candy. But yeah, if you just want to take cold hard USD and lend it on this platform, you swap it over for a crypto token that is always worth $1 USDC, and boom, man, you could double your money in 5 years. That is phenomenal interest. Just a little suggestion from your friends at Cross Examinations. Has nothing to do with the Bible. Oh, it does, because what is it in? What book is it? It says to invest in 7. I can't remember. Anyways, share that candy, man. No way, man. This is my candy. This is all the candy I got. The boys took the rest. Ooh, look at that. Yum, nom, nom. It's not gum, DJ. It's not. Looks like the entire Miller household is healthy. Yes. It does, doesn't it? Again, I get a shortness of breath, but that's about it. The other issue has mostly resolved itself, so I don't think it was a hernia. I don't think hernias just heal themselves, do they? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but almost completely good. Any way to invest retirement account in that? I have no idea, Dennis. I have no idea. But yeah, I typed it in. And there's another crazy thing. That's for U.S. investors. If you're not a U.S. investor, there's one of the cryptos on there has a 17.7% interest rate. I don't know why you have to be outside of the U.S. to use that, but holy cow. I mean, just talking about, like I said, straight investing, because I'm into things like small cap altcoins that I think are going to 10x, 100x, God willing, 1000x. Probably not. But if I can get stuff to 100x over the next few months, I mean, I've got stuff that's doubled in the last 7 days. So it's not out of the question. And that's, I've got a big bag of various and sundry altcoins. So if like a third of them hit that kind of, or say a fifth of them hit that kind of, should be good. But why? How dare them? Yeah, the shortness of breath lingers, but I'm still alive and able to do things. So I'll bet you'll be fine. Well, that's the thing. I'm going to try to beat the shortness of breath. Because look, I'm still a junior high leader. I don't want to be like trying to play 9 square in junior high group. And like every time I hit the ball, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. VPN is your friend. Hernias do not heal themselves. Yeah, so I don't know what it was. But I'd say it's about 80% gone. So I don't know what it was. That was not pleasant though. Did the cat get the coof? I don't know. I have no idea. See that? My phone dinged. Oh, you know what? Gosh, I hope that might be my boss. Nope. All right. What is the ding? Yeah, it doesn't even. I can't even see. If you do, let me know your strategy. Shortness of breath sucks. Well, I've just been determined, and like every time I think of it, like when I'm breathing, I will try to take the deepest possible breaths that I can, and like because like when I yawn, when you yawn, you're automatically taking your deepest breath, and it hurts. Well, for those maybe it doesn't for you, but because I had COVID. It hurts when I yawn, when I get to the end of that breath. And I'm like, all right, that pain is good. So I'm just going to, whenever I think about it, I'm just going to breathe in until it hurts and just keep doing that and try to, I don't know, break up the scar tissue or whatever. And then I've got my Air Physio. Remember this? I bought this like 10 months ago. I'm like, in case anybody gets COVID. I know that my wife, when she was young and she used to get pneumonia, they would pound her ribs to loosen the whatever it is from the pneumonia in her lungs, right? And when I saw this Air Physio thing on Facebook, I'm like, that's what it is. It's it's creating vibrations inside of your lungs. So if you haven't seen this, it's got a little ball inside of that thing. And when you blow into it, it creates like little shock waves into your lungs. And so I try to use that regularly. As regularly as I can remember to. I'm just doing everything I can to get my breath back because shortness of breath is. Yeah, I carried a couple cases of water up my mom's steps, and I was like, looks like a bubbler. Nowadays they just give you medication and send you to bed for pneumonia. I've had it twice. I went to the ER because I bought this thing and it wouldn't stay above 90. And I call my doctor. I'm like, hey, I can't stay above 90. Can I get like oxygen or something? And they're like, no, you have to go to the ER because they have to give you, if they have to do like a CT scan or whatever it is, they have all the equipment there. So they need to do all the tests there. I go to the ER. Some of you have heard this already. And they just give me an x-ray and they say, oh yeah, it's COVID-related pneumonia. Take Robitussin. This was literally my prescription. They sent a prescription for Robitussin to my pharmacy. I go to my pharmacy. I'm like, yeah, there's supposed to be some prescription level cough medicine here to keep me from coughing because when you breathe really in deep and it like tickles that cough and that keeps you from breathing as deeply as you can. And the pharmacist is like, this is all over the counter. It's like Tylenol, Robitussin, and zinc from the ER. So, yep, that's how they treat pneumonia nowadays. I don't know what that ER is going to cause me, but yeah, they knew I had COVID too. Just take this $10 cough medicine. Yep. I know, Andrew. It is expensive. Better safe than sorry. But whatever. That was my first comment. Have JoJo beat you with a bamboo cane. Thank you. It looks illegal in 38 states. Oh. Docs routinely telling people to go home until they turn blue. Well, I took what he said, and like I said, I expanded on it. So he's like, just make sure you keep breathing. Thanks, Doc. I'll try to make sure I keep breathing. He's like, go get outside. Try to, don't be stagnant. So, walk around a house or whatever. And so I just take that, and I'm trying to do the breathing, deep breathing. And it seems to be working all right. Let's do a third test on the same episode of Cross Examinations. And this is just me talking, sitting here talking. Hey, it's 94, so probably a 96. So, yeah, getting there. Once I'm back to 100, I think that'd be good, right? I think that'll be nobody. That's the thing. You should be at 100 all the time, but nobody in the house can get it over 98. So that's another reason why I think it's down by a couple. Because when I was at the hospital, I was up a couple from what this was saying. Jeff says they did an X-ray and CT on me when I went in. It was dipping down below 89. Yeah, in the hospital, when they had the thing on my finger, I don't think it ever dipped below 90. It was like 92, 94. But this, holy cow, when I'm monitoring myself all the time on this, I got down to like 76 at one point, and but it was just for like a minute, right? It's very, very fluctuative. Ooh, that sounded bad. It fluctuated. This is black tea, my friend. Black tea. Nom, 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 nom. My second glass. It's very potent. I made it today. I was dipping down below 85 on mine. Yeah, I was getting below 85 pretty regularly. That's kind of what was like freaking me out. Yeah, right. Those meters are not all that accurate. Yeah. Where'd you get that gadget? Looks fun. I got it. Wait, you mean the oximeter? This one? I got this one at CVS Pharmacy. This one I got on Facebook. Facebook. And a Facebook ad. I don't know what it was. It's like a musical thing, too. The black tea looks red. Yeah, you sing it all the time. Sorry. Watch your mouth. I know. That was very close to not being right. Let's see. So that's what's been going on with me. I've been working on... I'm done with the Pluto Alliance stuff. If you guys don't know what that is, that's the upcoming NFT project I'm doing with BitBoy Crypto. And because I'm done with that, I've been working on my Dragons NFT project, which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do. Maybe, hopefully. I'd like to do it with BitBoy Crypto because they have the infrastructure to make an NFT project like that very, very successful. But entirely possible I might have to do it myself with maybe a programming friend of mine who might be in the chat if we can figure it all out. We'll see. And if not, we'll do something. Oxygen meters run anywhere from 20 to 60. Yeah, I think mine was 40, right in the middle. Sorry. I really kind of want to cough. Try to get some of this stuff up, but maybe the tea turned to blood. The prophecy has come true. Who could that be? I don't know, David. I don't know at all. Did you hear about Steven Crowder? He had a collapsed lung, and the second one was only working halfway. They had to drain 5 liters of fluid. Oh my stars and garters! No, I did not see the update to whatever the demon. Max, hey, come here. No, just gonna ignore me and walk out. Fine, be that way. Stupid cat. I'm not a tea fan, but I like pumpkin and spices. What does that have to do with tea? Pumpkin, spice. Have a latte. I'm starting up a menudo. Strider straight up almost left the earth. Oh man. No! We need Crowder. We need Crowder to make a difference. Alright, anyways. Cats. I know, dude. They so cat. They so cat. Alright, let's do what we do here. And that's read the Bible, baby. Alright, 2 Samuel chapter 19. You know what the problem is that I'm doing all this deep breathing. And when I do the deep breathing, that's when I start coughing and start getting that stuff up. Some of the stuff up out of my lungs. And I've been doing it here to show you guys what I mean. And now I can feel like I have a coughing thing. Hold on a second. Mm-hmm. That's how it does. That's how I do. All right. Andrew's drinking raspberry tea. Too sweet for me. I don't like my drinks too sweet. This is actually straight, no sugars. Oh. Love it. All right, second chapter. I'm going to start reading the Bible, so I'll be quiet, okay? Okay. And it was to Joab, Behold, the king weepeth and mourneth for Absalom, as he would, because it's his son Absalom, oh my son. And the victory that day was turned into mourning unto all the people, mind you, because of Joab killing Absalom. For the people heard say that day how the king was grieved for his son, as I'm sure everyone understood. Right? I think everybody would understand that. And the people got them by stealth that day into the city, as people being ashamed steal away when they flee in battle. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice, Oh, my son Absalom! Oh, Absalom, my son, my son! And that jerk Joab, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interject. And Joab came into the house of the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants. This jerk killed Absalom, which this day have saved thy life and the lives of thy sons and of thy daughters and of the lives of thy wives and the lives of thy concubines. All them concubines, in that thou lovest thine enemies and hatest thy friends. No, he loved his son, jerk, who you killed, jerk. For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived, and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well. He knows that's not true. Gosh, this guy's such a manipulator. Now therefore arise, go forth and speak comfortably unto thy servants, for I swear by the Lord, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee this night. That's not true. And that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now. Then the king arose and sat in the gate. And they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king doth sit in the gate. And all the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. And all the people were at strife throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, The king saved us out of the hand of our enemies, and he delivered us out of the hand of the Philistines. And now he is fled out of the land for Absalom. And Absalom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Now therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? And King David sent to Zadok and to Abiathar the priest, saying, Speak unto the elders of Judah, saying, Why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house? Seeing the speech of all Israel is come to the king, even to his house. Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones and my flesh. Wherefore then are ye the last to bring back the king? And say ye to Amasa, Art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? God do so to me, and more also, if thou be not captain of the host before me continually in the room of Joab. And he bowed the heart to all the men of Judah, even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king, Return thou and all thy servants. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Judah came to Gilgal to go to meet the king and conduct the king over Jordan. And Shimei, isn't that the name of a beer? Shimei ale, right? Yeah. Shimei, the son of Gera, a Benjamite, which was of Bahurim, hasted and came down with the men of Judah to meet King David. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons and 20 servants with them, and they went over Jordan before the king, and there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, and to do what he thought good. And Shimei, the son of Gera, fell down before the king as he was come over Jordan, and said unto the king, Let not my lord impute iniquity unto me, neither do thou remember that which thy servant did perversely the day that my lord king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. For thy servant doth know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Joseph to go down to meet my lord the king. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, answered and said, Shall not Shimei be put to death for this? Because he cursed the Lord's anointed. And David said, What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? Shall there be any man put to death this day in Israel? For do I not know that I am this day king over Israel? Therefore the king said to Shimei, Thou shalt not die. And the king sware unto him. And Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, the son of Jonathan, came down to meet the king, and had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace. Wow, he stank! Woo! Mephibosheth, bruh! And he's a cripple, mind you. So I don't know if he's... Boy, I bet you he stank like a stanky stank. Poor David. And it came to pass, when he was come to Jerusalem to meet the king, that the king said unto him, Bro, take a bath. No. Wherefore wantest not thou with me, Mephibosheth? And he answered, My lord, O king, my servant deceived me. For my servant said, I will saddle me an ass, that I may ride thereon, and go to the king, because thy servant is lame. Not lame like he's a dork. Lame like his legs don't work. And he hath slandered thy servant unto my lord the king. But my lord the king is an angel of God. Do therefore what is good in thine eyes. For all my father's house were but dead men before the Lord my king. Yet didst thou set thy servant among them that did eat at thine own table. What right, therefore, have I to cry any more unto the king? And the king said unto him, Why speakest thou any more of thy matters? I have said, Thou and Ziba divide the land. And Mephibosheth said unto the king, Yea, let him take it all, for as much as my lord the king is come again in peace unto his own house. And Barzillai the Gileadite came down from Rogelim, and went over Jordan with the king to conduct him over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, even 80 years old. That's 80 to you and me. And he had provided the king of sustenance while he lay at Mahanaim. For he was a very great man. And the king said to Barzillai, "Come thou over with me, and I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem." That's how you pronounce it in Hebrew. And Barzillai said unto the king, "How long have I to live that I should go up with the king to Jerusalem? I am this day 80 years old, and can I discern between good and evil? Can thy servant taste what I eat or what I drink?" Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks, dude. Man, when I had COVID, I lost my taste for like 3 or 4 days. And everything was disgusting. Look how slim I am. This is the COVID diet, ladies and gentlemen. Because everything tastes like butt. But you're like, you have to eat to keep up your strength. Anyway. Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto the Lord my king? My lord the king. Thy servant will go a little way over Jordan with the king, and why should the king recompense it with such a reward? Let thy servant, I pray thee, turn back again, that I may die in mine own. Jeez, dude, come on. So grim. And be buried by the grave of my father and of my mother. But behold thy servant Chimham. Let him go over with the Lord, my lord the king, and do with him what shall seem good unto thee. And the king answered, Chimham shall go with me, and I will do with him that which seems good unto me. And whatsoever thou shalt require of me, that will I do for thee. And all the people went over Jordan. And when the king was come over, the king blessed Barzillai and blessed him, kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and he returned unto his own place. Then the king went on to Gilgal, and Chimham went on with him. And all the people of Judah conducted the king, and also half the people of Israel. And behold, all the men of Israel came to the king and said unto the king, Why have our brethren, the men of Judah, stolen thee away, and have brought the king and his household, and all David's men with him over Jordan? And all the men of Judah answered the men of Israel, Because the king is near of kin to us. Wherefore, that's true, he's from the house of Judah. Wherefore then be ye angry for this matter? Have we eaten at all of the king's cost? Or hath he given us any gift? And when the men of Israel answered the men of Judah and said, We have 10 parts in the king, and we have also more right in David than ye. It's like they want to pick a fight. Why then did ye despise us, that our advice should not be first had in bringing back our king? And the words of the men of Judah were fiercer than the words of the men of Israel. They're going to throw down, man. Man, we just got it all. Why are you reading the next chapter? What? This isn't. It's a very long, 43 verses in this chapter. So, good stuff. It's not, a lot of the Old Testament is not very doctrinally heavy. It's story stuff. So I kind of like just writing the story out, reading the story, because the stories, they paint a grander picture. And so I'm sorry I don't interject and like try to parse things out so much, because this is as honestly, it's why I love the Old Testament, man. So much of it is just these great stories, and I'm a storyteller, right? I'm a story creator, and I enjoy stories, and I'm hoping that you enjoy me, kind of dramatizing these a little bit so that they're a little more fun than just some dry read, right? But it is what it is. I lost taste and smell for like 3 days, right? Disgusting, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, there's nothing worse when you can't smell and you can't taste eating fried eggs. Oh, it was like, they look so good. I remember these are delicious. And I put it in my mouth and I'm like, oh, This is just goo. This is this disgusting goo in my mouth. The only thing that like had a modicum of pleasure was like apples. Apples, because they are crunchy in my mouth, and I could still have a sense of sweetness. So it was sweet, crunchy. It was like I was eating a lot of apples during that time. Fried eggs without taste, bad idea. Yes. Shouldn't it be more fierce? Fiercer doesn't sound right. Well, adjust your hearing, Jay, because fiercer is correct. What is that other word? There's another word. How were figs? Trying to remember if I had any figs. The figs just started coming in. You know what? I don't think it. Yeah, the figs just literally started coming in like a week or two ago. So I think it was after my my taste came back. Yeah. Let's go back up and see what you guys were saying while I was reading. Arise, chicken. Arise, chicken. What? I don't know what that was referring to. And now back to Bible Game of Thrones style. Hey man, maybe Game of Thrones is Bible style. You ever think about that? Because Bible was first. Game of Thrones much later. Pray for those ravaged by Hurricane Ida and illegitimate President Biden. Be damned. What a joke. What a joke. Oh my gosh. I just posted, I was answering somebody on Facebook and I'm like, look, man, people used to say like, oh, all these foreign leaders, they think Trump is uncouth and rude and arrogant or whatever. It's like, yeah, but they were afraid of him. They respected his authority because he was like, y'all gonna pay your bills, right? It's like, oh, you don't want to help us with the border? I think we can stop helping you with anything. Oh, now you're going to help us with the border. Thanks, Mexico. So Trump, like, he used his authority with authority. This potato sitting in his chair, he's just vacant. He's not even an empty suit. Remember remember Clint Eastwood called Obama an empty chair? This guy's not even a chair. He's not even an empty chair. He's just a potato sitting on the ground, being stepped on, being ignored, being laughed at, being mocked by all the world leaders because he's just completely, he's not even there. I mean, like legitimately in a real sense, he doesn't know what's going on. I would pay good money. You know what? I should start a GoFundMe to have Steve Doocy legitimately ask Biden at a live press conference what day it is. That I want to see. What day is it? It ends in Y. All right, I've got a meeting. No, for real, I gotta go. Oh my goodness. Clinton would Gran Torino on Biden. Weekend at Biden's. That's what it is. Speaking of the land of Nod, did you see Biden falling asleep talking to that guy from Israel? Yes! That's what I'm saying. Oh, this is me venting frustrations. So many frustrations. And then, holy crap. So he gives, and I know most of you know this already, but for those of you who don't, I want you to know the Biden administration gave a list of all the Americans and all of our allies who were still in Afghanistan to the enemy. to the Taliban. This is not a one-time deal. Remember, he remember the supposed attack. I mean, it was an attack, but it was supposedly by Russia on our what was it, the pipeline? And then the meat industry, right? And then Biden's like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write down a list of all of the most vital infrastructures in America, and I'm gonna give that list to Putin and tell him not to attack those, because those would be really damaging to us if he attacked those. So I gotta tell him, don't attack those, Mr. Putin, because if you do, I'm gonna write you a very strongly worded letter. Oh my gosh. So there's a pattern of behavior of this guy to give targets, to list, bullet point, list targets for our enemies to attack. I mean, all I got is...
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I mean...
My predecessor. Oh, God, I miss him.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, never mind the arsenal of weapons, munitions, helos, jeeps, planes. Biden left for those animals to us. Yeah. And, someone was saying, I think in the military, it's like, the one real advantage that the U.S. military and our allies had against the Taliban was that we could see at night. The night vision goggles were a quantum leap advantage over those goat those goat loving terrorists. So I think we left 16,000 sets of night vision goggles over there. Way to go, Joe! Way to go, Joe! Wow. He's a political windsock. He's not even a windsock. He's not even a sock now. He's not even a... He's the fungus in a sock. And what's sad is seeing people try to defend him. Like people who know, like Matt, if you're still there, you're probably trying to defend Joe Biden, right? You're like on Facebook being like, oh no, Joe knows what he's doing. Joe knows what he's doing. Oh my gosh. I got my buddy Tom. He's trying to defend. It's like, bro, be honest to yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't be tribal. This guy. I mean, Barack Obama was the worst president since Jimmy Carter. Broke the mold with Joe. Broke that mold, man. Holy matters. I don't even know what to say. That's kind of pent up. I haven't talked about that stuff much, and it's, oh my gosh. So what I'm getting from all this is you don't have much respect for the guy. Word to your mother. All I can see is the Biden people double facepalming every time Joe speaks. What? Mike S. Miller running for the presidency? Oh no. Never. I would never. Not my job. Nobody would vote for me anyways. Sleepy Joe should just stay home. Sleep and stay home. Sleep and stay home, Joe. Stay home, Joe. Don't talk. He's always saying the quiet part out loud, right? I mean, how many times now has he gone to the podium and been like, oh yeah, okay, well, they gave me a list of people to call on. So who's first here? Oh, okay. It's like, bro, that's the quiet part. You're not supposed to say that. I'd vote for you, Mike, and so would Sean. All right, I got 2 votes. Oh, right. They told me to call on so and so first. I feel like getting a few. Nobody will forget you voted for Joe Biden t-shirts. We should, you know what? I should get like one of the pictures of Joe where he's just like looks like he's in a fugue state, doesn't have any clue what's going on. And just do a "How's it going, Joe?" like type of shirt. We need to start a stay home Joe. You know what's great? We're about 5 minutes here from having the most conservative governor in the United States of America, Larry Elder, elected in this recall election. Larry Elder will be the person who's appointing the senator to replace Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whew. It's going to be good. Good times will be had by all. Yeah. Oh. Larry. Yeah, he will be. Isn't that amazing? California will have the most conservative governor in the United States of America. How is that possible? But what, Mike? He's a black-white supremacist. You can't vote for him. I believe in black-white supremacy. If you're black-white, what is black-white? What is black-white supremacy? I like it. I like the sounds of it. Black-white supremacy. That's a wonderful color comp. You know, like the Beatles used to wear black and white, right? I already voted for Mike on yeah. Don't write me in for governor, please. Don't count your chickens on that just yet. I don't trust those cooks in the Cali legislature. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, never count your chickens till they're hatched. They will call on Dominion to count the recall. Yeah, that's why I'm going in to vote. We have 4 days of walk-in voting starting on September 11th. I'm going to go in there on September 11th. 20 years this year, right? 20-year anniversary of September 11th. 2001, 2021. 20th anniversary. I'm going to go in there and I am going to say, bye, Gavin. Gavin, get out of here, Gavin. And I'm going to say, Larry Elder is my black-white supremacist. I love my black-white supremacist, Larry Elder. How many ballots did they find in that Crook's car? I don't know. Bring a bunch of friends with you. I got 4 people in this house that can vote. I have multiplied my voting power by 2. Well, me and my wife, and then, Is that real? Because it needs to be. You mean the 4 days of voting? Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard on the local radio station that was talking about all this. I don't trust my mail-in ballot. I don't know why. Do you? Beware the special K of ISIS and the like might do something to celebrate 9/11 too. Babylon Bee stories are... Yeah, I heard they have an archive of all their stories that have actually come to pass. I think it might be a website or something. No, the Babylon Bee thing he posted. Babylon Bee who? What? Mike is manufacturing votes the old-fashioned way. That is correct. I am raising my children right, and they will vote alongside me for the black-white supremacist. Well, I mean, holy crap, this is getting complex to unravel. All right, we're done, ladies and gentlemen. We are about at the 1 hour mark. I want to thank everybody for being here on another wonderful episode of Cross Examinations. Thank you for all your thoughts, your prayers, whatever else you might have done in the meantime. Melissa says Cross Examinations back. Hi, good to see you. Hi, everyone. Hello, Melissa. You're gonna have to rewind it and watch it all over again, because we're done. Hey, Andrew, wash your mouth out with soap, young man. Don't you dare say such things. All right, guys, God bless us, everyone. Don't forget
My predecessor. Oh, God, I miss him.
There's a way. There's a way.
and if you're in California, please don't forget to get out there and vote on the 20th anniversary of 9/11 so we can kick Gavin Newsom to the curb and get our black white supremacists. God bless us, everyone. Bye.